Hey folks, it's your buddy Alonzo, and I'm here to show you just a quick glimpse of what we're going to be doing in our first rig tutorials. I'm thinking that we should break it down into uh, separate tutorials basically because there's a lot to learn. There's a lot and I shouldn't say it like that, there's a lot and there's a little. In the sense that you with a little you can do a lot, and if that makes sense to you guys. But basically, what we're going to be doing is a very simple, easy, quick rig that you can do a lot with it. How's that? And basically, we're going to go. Here's a sample of that rig and some of the things that you can do with this rig. Now, this is very much so the last animation rigging project that I did, and for a company overseas through New York and my partner in New York, and we do a lot of graphics and animation. We're using electric image a lot. We also use some Maya, but mainly I do that for rigging support. And as everybody knows, uh, EI is mainly an animator and a render engine. So you have to supplement it with a modeler. But I'm gonna for the models and the rig that we're gonna do, everything we're gonna do is gonna be directly within the package. And so I'm using 6.5, and here's a sample of the rig. I do have Encage on this one, but that's a particular preference. I do use Encage and Object Effect from Ramjack. Use those two a lot. And so basically I just clicked it off right here, and it's just a plug-in. I just click it back on. Let me show you. Oops, I accidentally locked it. Click it on, click it off, and it smooths out the rig and it gives me a nice render surface. So that way I can render with a low res or animate with a low res polygon surface. And so that'll speed my rigging up, as you see here. Well, I'm also on a Mac Pro. So I'm doing so I can work with this really fast. And the interactive redraw is pretty good, as you can see. It's definitely definitely great stuff here. And as far as the response time, but actually with Encage there is some kind of delays sometimes. So we'll discuss stuff like that. But here's the here's a sample of the type of rigging we're going to do, and I think this will be an excellent rig for everybody to start with, or if you're a beginner and a beginning character animator with I think you're going to find this excellent in the sense that there's actually no bones or no backbone or no spine for this. So I've literally built it out of deformers, as you can see here. So there's a little twist deformer, and I mean twist. Roll on over, baby. So this is like, do the twist, so it really twists. So hey, you can't be an animator without cracking jokes, right? So basically, it'll twist, it'll bend. Actually, I can add more deformers on the fly. I can change this model out. It's just really, it's just a very efficient, fast way to rig, and also it keeps the volume of the torso, which, as you can see, is a big kind of big. It's actually is a mouse, and so this was, and this actually more. So this is very much a kind of. This is actually right now it's just a ball of fun. But as you can see, oh, I don't even know if James Brown could do that. But as you can see, it's just very simple and no weight painting, no nothing with this type of rig. It's okay. Maybe he's a little out of control right now. There, where are we? Okay. So it's just as much as you want to do with it. He's bending 192 degrees. No popping, no snapping. You can't even do this with a regular spine, a spine IK rig, or even a regular bones or FK. So the unique thing about this, these are separate parts. So this is for an object that you would animate with separate parts. And the arms, there's some fun things about the arms and the hand controls and the preliminary basics in getting you involved in rigging. And that's basically what I want to be, or what I want to start with this whole stuff here, so that people that don't want to get into the more sophisticated rigs and the ins and outs of rigs, they don't have to do that with this rig. They can just set up a rig, and probably in an hour or less, I call it the 30-minute rig, but probably less than an hour, you can have a really great rig. And if it's the kind of cartoony rig, this is definitely cartoony. This is not hyper real or anything like that. We're not going in that. And if you need hyper real, you know, that's about the topmost of rigging, and I wouldn't suggest that. But with this here, but there are tools for that. But you know, you got it 1 foot at a time, and you know, 23 skidoo will be off into the rigging. So thanks a lot, and we'll get in this again. Like I say, there's some very basics of rigging that is such a simple, easy to do rig that it'll make worth rigging, you know, rigging worth your while. And you know, so that, you know, a basic character that your client might ask for, you won't have a problem producing. And I think, you know, that's where a lot of people want to start, I think. So so we'll do this. If you want the more sophisticated stuff, I'm going to do that. But I think I need to lay a foundation, or I believe I need to lay a good foundation, so that when I get to some of the other stuff, nobody will be like, huh? You know, it'll be pretty much self-explanatory, and you'll be familiar with the process, the way I work, and some of the preliminary things that kind of help you in rigging right out the start, right out the gate, that will allow you to work to make your rigs work better for you in general. So so we'll be learning those kind of conventions and those core kind of things that just make it easier for you. Okay. So until then, take a bow, my friend. I wonder if there's any animation on this. Yep. Showing off a little bit there for the camera. Hey, let's try it with Engage. Click. And you can see how it really smooth. It's just to get this kind of, you know, this I found with this type of volumetric control, it's difficult to get this type of continuity and fluidity in this particular line. It automatically creates this line of beauty here throughout the rig, and it's just really wonderful. And hey, it took me a little while to get it right as well. So so I recommend it for those. And just as a refresher, I'm not sure how I'm going to set up the downloads, but or the pricing yet, but I just want to give you an idea. Now, we won't be using this particular character, but we will be you will know everything you need to do to produce your own. We'll just do a cereal box instead of a mouse. Okay, so enjoy.